Welcome to Sync to Sync TV. I'm your host, B. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Tito Puente Jr. and La Muñeca de la Salsa, Melina Almodovar. You guys have to be in the building to watch us here. We're here at Carew of Fort Lauderdale, you guys. If you want more information about Carew of Fort Lauderdale, please feel free to log on to Instagram at Carew Multiplex. You guys, next week is the big day. January 27th at 6 p.m. we'll be celebrating 8 years of existence of being Sync to Sync. Come on, family, and join us. Come in. You can have drinks. It's not free, of course, and we will have food as well. Come have a good time, network, mingle with us. Because of you is why we are here for 8 years. We got an excellent show lined up for you today. Stick and stay. We'll be right back. Sync to Sync family, we are back and we have the pleasure of speaking with Tito Puente Jr.
Hi, B.
Hello, you're not a stranger to the show. Thank you so much for joining us back here. And we're going to get right into it as far as your music and your energy, your vibe. Offset, oh my gosh, it's just your energy, you're eclectic, you're all over the place, but in a good way,
Yeah.
in a good way.
My wife tells me I have an off switch. So I got to find that one of these days. But hi, good to see you again.
Good to see you as well.
Pleasure to be here.
Nice to be here with you. So as far as your music is concerned, we know that you basically follow the steps of your father, but it's been tweaked a little bit, right?
Sure. I had a little Latin jazz flavor, a little Tito Puente Jr. flavor to it. My father, of course, being the king of Latin music, Tito Puente, Rey de Timbal, the king of Latin music. And it's been 20 years, B. It's been 20 years since we lost the king of Latin music. He passed away in 2000, 19 years to be exact. But I continue his legacy and promote his music. And I know you see me in concert a few times. And it's just really, really great. It's getting bigger. The audiences are getting more younger. And the reception is being more grand. And people love to dance mambo music. And salsa music,
let's talk about mambo music.
Yeah.
Like, when I think mambo, I think of, the
well,
chest.
you have the outfit on,
right,
ready to
right. The colors, yes. And there's never a dull moment in mambo music. Can you have a sad mambo song?
I don't think so.
Right.
No, there's no really sad. All the music that I usually play is up-tempo.
Right.
I need to put some ballads in there somewhere, but no, it's very up-tempo, very danceable.
Yes.
And of course, being raised in New York too, the dance clubs and the dancers, the mambo dancers of the 1950s era, were really instrumental in all that whole salsa rhythm and mambo rhythm that came out of New York at that time. The likes of Tito Rodriguez and Machito and Tito Puente. My dad used to play at this nightclub called the Palladium, very popular nightclub in New York in the 50s. And the mambo dancers used to have dance contests. And they would be from all races, creeds, and colors. They would come and go Wednesday nights to the Palladium Mambo Ballroom, and they would dance mambo music, and they would try to take each other out. And as far as dance steps, and it's incredible.
God, they need to bring that back. Yeah, I was just gonna say they need to bring that back. That really needs to come back. That energy.
Yeah.
Like even we have like Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah,
but
well,
it doesn't quite.
Dancing with the Stars. They do play some mambo. I actually did Dancing with the Stars. I performed some of my father's music because it has that ballroom flavor to it.
It does. does.
And really cool, but I never was a contestant because I have 2 left feet. So
Really?
I don't know how to dance too well.
So it's a good thing you found your niche in singing.
Yeah. But it's good that they're keeping ballroom dancing alive with that show and other TV shows with the dancing, of course, a theme to it. And it's great. I think mambo music and salsa music really is something that brings people together.
Right.
And it really shows how skilled people are, too, as far as rhythm is concerned.
It does.
Again, I don't really dance salsa music. My wife is much better dancing than I am. But mambo music has been a tradition going on for many, many years. Going into like the 60th or 70th year of the terminology salsa music.
Okay.
And really, really incredible that the music has still thrived and still getting recognition around the world.
I love it. So when you were growing up, your father being the star that he is, I have to say is because we still have the beauty, of listening to his music. And so did you ever experience the whole lifestyle of being like kind of like in his shoes, but at a young age? Because I know a lot of people are privy to that. When you're
they call it nepotism. That's the word. I'll be honest with you guys, I was never into mambo or salsa music. Me and my sister Audrey, who lives up in New York, we fell asleep backstage at my father's concerts.
Really?
Yes, we fell asleep. We didn't really care for Latin music. I didn't care for it. We were into Phil Collins, Michael Jackson,
Really?
80s. We were 80s kids,
Yeah.
so we were into, I was more into rock and heavy metal.
Wow.
So I was a drummer playing heavy metal and rock, and my dad didn't really understand that. So, and I didn't really understand his music. But of course, as I went into my teenage years, I studied my craft and started following him on the road and going on the road with him and helping him out as far as being a roadie or band boy.
Nice.
Set up his drums, and then I would hone in on that clave rhythm, which is that Latin rhythm that congas and timbales and bongo really came out.
All the percussion.
And that's where I transformed into being more of the Latin dance music and the Latin house music, and I started transforming into that. I still love rock music, and I'm a very big fan of a lot of rock bands and pop groups as well, and hip hop too. You know, New York is so diverse as far as
melting
music,
pot.
man. If you
Very
look at
much
my
so.
iPod, you see, Wu-Tang Clan to Metallica. I got everything in between. So. But it really, it was instrumental that I spent time with my father growing up and being his son, and it was just something really incredible. And hopefully one day I'll share that in a movie or maybe even a book.
I love it.
I'd like to share that. I guess they would call it Son of the King or Prince or something like that. I got to come up with a clever name.
I like that title so far.
Yeah, you can give me some clever names or ask your viewers to come up with some clever names, but
something like
Facebook
that. Family, you guys, Instagram. Go ahead and shoot us up some names. That would be a great title for it.
It was not controversial. It was more exhilarating than anything else. Traveling to the Far East, to Japan and China and Indonesia and these countries where they didn't know the language of salsa or mambo music. My dad was, of course, performing in Spanish, but the sound of the drum, the language of the drum is what brought everybody together.
Listen, I always say that music has this it's universal language.
Yeah,
even if you don't understand, because I listen to a lot of Afro beats, like I'm into Afro beats now. I don't understand what they're saying,
Love it, though.
but it's something about the sound of it where it just you don't understand the lyrics, but then it just brings you together.
I get people that don't understand it, from English to Chinese to all types of different languages. We just came back from Bulgaria. Don't know the language, but they were dancing salsa dancing on two with the cha-cha-cha.
Love it.
It's just incredible seeing that and the fans. And then in between songs, I would speak and they wouldn't understand me. They would, what did he say? So,
it's all about your presence and your spirit.
Yeah, when the music started, it really was something special. So
thanks to Sank Family. We'll be right back.
Healthcare workers and nurses are in high demand. Take your first step toward a medical career today at Ideal Professional Institute in Miami Gardens. With multiple programs available, you can become a patient care technician in just 9 months, a home health aide in under 1 month, an LPN in just a year. Ideal Professional Institute is licensed by the state of Florida, so register now. Call 305-653-7886.
Sink to sink. Music is life. Yeah, yeah.
More, more.
Sing to Sing family, we are back with the one and only Tito Puente Jr. Oh my God, his presence alone is all mambo, give me the mambo vibes. We're gonna talk about your music. So as far as your music is concerned, I love the fact that you said that more and more youngsters are coming and listening to your music. How has that helped you as far as your music is concerned? Do you even think about that when you're creating your music? Or do you just say, okay, I have a general audience and I'm just putting it out there? Do you consider your audience per se?
Yeah, I think my general audience happens to be from 5-year-olds all the way to 90-year-olds.
Because the music is clean.
Yeah, most of the arrangements that my father left for me to perform, what I am performing, it sounds like music that just was created yesterday.
Right.
It's timeless, I guess that's the word. Timeless music, but really, really instrumental in bringing people together and all generations too. Mm-hmm. And parents, please teach your kids about where Latin music comes from. It comes from the likes of Celia Cruz, the queen of Latin music.
Yeah.
This is Afro-Cuban music. A lot of people use the terminology salsa. My father didn't care for the word. Salsa is what you put your chips in at the restaurant.
Oh, okay.
So
that's like the slang version.
That's the version that was invented by
gringos.
Well, no, actually, you could say. I guess it was just a terminology that was invented in the 1970s for there was so many different styles of Latin music, so they had to have one genre and give it a name. So salsa was the name. The music that my father did play was Afro-Cuban music, and I know you were listening to Afro-Cuban beats.
Right.
So the Afro-Cuban, the conga, the bongo, and the timbal, those are really, they come together, and that's what makes people want to dance. Mm-hmm. So this is Afro-Cuban music I've been playing for the past 20 some odd years actually. Wow. So it's going on 20 years. It feels like my father just passed away yesterday. Every day it feels like that because I miss him and I keep him close to my heart.
Yeah.
However, it's nice to see the fans and the generations come to all the concerts. So every time I do a show, I get a mix of different ages and colors and creeds and people and religions, and just amazing.
I love it.
I think going to see me is a religious experience. You're going to get Tito Puente.
We're not going to talk about that switch that your wife
the Pope of Mambo, I guess you'd call it, right? Tito Puente kind of was.
Yeah. I love it. So as far as educating the masses is concerned, obviously you're doing that with your music effortlessly. Do you feel like there should be some sort of, I guess, like musicians should think about that, or they should consider that as far as, what am I going to leave behind as far as my music is concerned? Should they make a conscious effort to do such a thing, or no, just be artistic?
Well, I have a responsibility of taking my father's music and making sure that the new generation remembers who he is and where Latin music does come from. Okay. To me, that's my personal journey into my career and what I'm doing. And also mixing sounds together too. My father actually mixed a lot of sounds with Latin and jazz music, so Latin jazz was really his staple, and he went in there, with really big strength and taking that sound and bringing it to other countries too. Mm-hmm. He was an ambassador of Latin music, and I think it's only right for me to take that torch and make sure that it stays lit, and hopefully my son,
I was just about to ask you
Junior,
about your kids.
We'll keep that generation going. I have a little boy. His name is Tito Puente Jr.
Oh wow!
The third. I talk about him a lot. He's not playing the drums yet.
Okay.
He's still watching SpongeBob.
Okay.
So we'll get him into it. But I think it's important that we teach our kids where the Latin music comes from. Yeah, conservatories definitely. Of music, universities and colleges, especially high school and junior high schools, they have to get more music programs in this.
Oh my gosh!
In the United States,
talk about that.
Worldwide, very, very important, and bring Latin music. Latin music is a fabric of this country and all Caribbean countries.
Right.
And it's important that the kids today know where this comes from. And I always love seeing young kids. In any concert I do, I always bring a young kid up on stage to play the timbales and to jam on the conga. It's important for the parents to understand that music is diverse, it's universal, and it's something, it's to divert the monotony of what's happening in the world today.
Of course.
These kids are all out there. There's too much violence. There's too much anger. There's too much of frustration from people.
Right.
And I think music brings everybody together.
I love it.
It brings it together.
It's true.
And that's what I've been doing.
Quite powerful.
Yeah.
Music has so much power. And
yeah.
and I talk about that all the time as far as the music, as far as education is concerned, how we take away the arts. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Yeah. Testing and assessments, they are necessary to evaluate the child's progression, but you cannot take out the arts? Like, where would be the child's outlet?
Yeah.
Where's the outlet?
Go figure. When my father was growing up, El Rey del Timbal, Tito Puente, when he was growing up back in the 1920s, there was no outlet, and he would play at a place called Central Park, right there in El Barrio in Manhattan. And that's where he got groups of kids and other musicians together to play in the park, and they didn't have telephones or cell phones, or not even television. I don't think you could tell it. TV was just invented.
Right.
I think it was movie screens, black and white, all that. But that's how it starts. You start somewhere and you bring people together. So the arts are always going to go on for eternity.
Exactly.
We're always going to have a conga drum. We're always going to have a rhythm.
Exactly.
And the whole world is rhythm.
Exactly.
You think about it.
Yes,
it is.
it is.
You ain't dancing without the rhythm of
That's
it.
right. That's right.
Singers can come and go, but the rhythm has to stay there.
It will.
And it's always there. And you can't sing without the rhythm there.
Can't.
You need a melody and a rhythm.
Exactly.
So
Thanks
that's
to
important.
Sank, we're going to keep this rhythm going. We'll be
Yeah.
back in just a few with La Muñeca.
De la salsa,
Yeah.
Melina Almodovar.
Oh, the R.
R.
I got to pronounce the R. Rolling of the tongue. We'll be back. Thanks to Sank family, we are back with Tito Puente Jr.
Yes.
All right, we want to get right into as far as a lot of politics going in music, of course. A lot of politics. Let's talk about the Latin music industry.
Yeah.
I'm not well versed in Latin music industry, so tell me about it. Is it similar? I'm pretty sure like the dynamics are pretty much the same.
Sure.
People are people.
Yeah.
So let's talk about sales and how is it that, the music crosses over? Like, for example, we have now the merging of music that's coming from on an R&B station. Mm-hmm. Now we're having other genres play on those R&B stations. If someone is coming up in the music industry, how do they go about doing that?
Yeah, the music industry is at a flux right now as far as records and putting them out. I'm old school. I like the CD and have something, valuable in my hand. I can read liner notes.
So you had the book with the CD?
Yeah, I love all that. I'm still an old school CD guy.
Oh my God, that was the
worst.
worst.
Would that be old school? I guess it would be.
No, the vinyl record. Oh, I
like vinyl too.
I love the cracking sound, the popping sound of that.
I like the vinyl.
Yeah, I do that.
And a lot of the old Tito Puente records. My dad did over 186 albums.
Wow.
Most of them on vinyl and CD. And they're very hard to get, digitally. So you have to go to these boutique stores and find that. As far as the music industry and for any youth that want to get into it, definitely, use the internet to your advantage. Use that YouTube and all the Facebook and Twitter and use all that social media because there is a lot of talent out there.
There is.
I have seen a lot of videos and a lot of talented people and I like grassroots, me personally, and that's how I usually go around and find new talent like that. Yeah. But however, I am a social media guy, so I try to look for talent that way. And again, the flux of the music industry is like that with hip hop music. It's like that with pop music. It's everything.
Right.
So to me, I think that the acknowledgement of performing live. I like live musicians, live music.
I love live music too. Like I like acoustic.
Yeah, I need a drummer. I need a conga. I need a cowbell.
Yeah.
I need too much cowbell.
How was it for you performing for your first time?
It was incredible. Remember, I played rock music first, in high school with my band.
So you actually played. I
so
thought
I was
like
already
you were in a garage performing. No,
that's how I started, in the garage.
Okay.
Yeah, I did, and I had maybe like one or two.
on stage playing rock music.
Yeah.
Whoa,
so I got
what a shift.
That's my dad used to say, paying your dues. I started my chops doing that, but then of course the crowds always got bigger, and then I started doing salsa music and mambo music, and of course they became to 100 to 1,000 to 10,000 to 20 now the stadiums and stuff like that nature.
So do you still get that rush?
I still get that rush when it's 2 people or 200,000 people. I
Love
still get that rush.
it.
I love that.
Oh, so you're like a performer at heart, true and true.
I guess I would be the musician / entertainer.
Yeah.
And I think that my father was like that too prior to me.
Yeah.
My dad was a very brilliant genius as far as writing and composing music, and I'm glad that he left a lot of music that a lot of people haven't heard, and hopefully I'll start recording those songs on his behalf, and there'll be new music from Tito Puente Jr. In the future, but those songs I have to perform live, and I think people like that. I love a live acoustic sound.
It's nothing
and
like
having a band live.
It doesn't compare to anything else.
And that's really where the state of where the Latin music is really at. If you have a Latin musician coming to your town, support live music.
Yes,
go see them,
definitely.
buy a ticket, go to a local nightclub and support the local DJ as well, where they're playing some music that has to do with live stuff.
Right.
I always appreciate when I do my concerts and the fans.
I do too. Let me ask you. Well, I'm not a musician, but I do too. I appreciate
you
like
play
up
one
and
on
coming
TV.
artists. Yeah. Does the Latin industry, the music industry, do they have like the same issues as far as masters are concerned? Like, do you get signed onto a music company, a record company, and then
they own the masters?
They own the masters. Do you have is the music industry that advanced?
Those typical things are rampant to Latin music as well. Of course, we have our ducks in place, as far as my family is concerned, where we have, my dad had so many compositions and different labels, ascertained and of course acquired those companies, those masters, but we are in touch with all of them, and that's where you get publishing companies and stuff like that.
Right.
But
so you're protected through.
Yeah.
Nice.
We keep the hierarchy, up there in New York, and they know what they're doing.
That is
very
important.
I am just the face of Puente, where I perform his music and I keep that legacy going. And if anything new comes out or any reissues of my dad's old stuff, I'm always there to help promote it, because it only helps the fans really enjoy it. And my dad was a public figure, so I think it's only fair that the fans get what they want, which is new music or just old music, maybe remastered or remixed or in a different way by Tito Puente. And I think that's my destiny and what I would like to.
So as far as album sales are concerned, how does that work in?
If you got 99 cents, please send it my way. Let's be real.
Give me a cash app.
Yeah, I just want to buy a pizza, folks. I'm usually in concerts. I would love for people to come to concerts, and I do sell my CDs, actual physical CDs.
Nice.
And I think that's really the way to go, and I like to be one-on-one with the fans anyway.
Love it. You
It's
build a personal rapport with them.
Yeah.
I love it. That energy.
You give me $1, I'll give you a picture, a CD, a hug, a kiss, a photo, selfie, and tell me a story.
Oh,
all
that's
for
a lot
$1.
for $1. Hey,
Not
thanks
bad.
to Sank family. You see the love. We'll be back.
Sink to sink. Music is life. Yeah, yeah.
More it. Voice to the man just on reaching out to the world. Take banana.
Healthcare workers and nurses are in high demand. Take your first step toward a medical career today at Ideal Professional Institute in Miami Gardens. With multiple programs available, you can become a patient care technician in just 9 months, a home health aide in under 1 month, an LPN in just a year. Ideal Professional Institute is licensed by the state of Florida, so register now. Call 305-653-7886.
Sync family, we are back with Tito Puente Jr. and La Muñeca de la Salsa, Melina Almodovar.
Oh, you got it. Thank you for having me. Excited.
Thank you for joining us. You see all the colorful wear we have on, representation of the music.
I know.
Very festive.
We didn't even get together on this.
Right,
now
right.
We're so in sync. We've been performing together for 2 years now. Almost
We have
2
the same
years in.
birthday.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that?
We're Geminis.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, June.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
2nd, June
June
3rd.
yeah.
Gemini.
Yeah, you're talking to 4
4
people.
All right, so let's talk about you. I saw your video. I love the energy and the colors and how you guys were dancing in a video. Tell me a little bit about the song.
Well, the song is a song that his father did a long, long time ago in 1965.
Okay.
It's a song called Mi Socio.
Okay.
And it was written by a gentleman. What's the gentleman's name?
Rafael Davilal.
Yes, that's
Yep.
right. And a long time ago, it's on a record, on the first record that La Lupe and Tito Puente Sr. did in 1965. So Tito said, hey, do you like the song? And I think we should really do this because this is, and mi socio means like my partner in crime, or like my partner, you know, like, and the song.
I'm glad you clarified that because I was like, sucio?
No, sucio, no, sucio, no.
See, we almost messed up that. La Lupe, by the way, happened to be the queen of Latin soul, and she was one of the first female Latin singers to come out of the New York area, Cuban, and I worked with my father for many years, and he did many albums with her. So we wanted to tribute her in this way.
That's
and
awesome.
Melina's just a fantastic singer, and we got it all together.
Oh, yeah, the energy.
We
I
got
need
it
him
all
to say that all
together,
the time.
and then I went to New York. I found with the help, of course, my wife Rosalie. We found the chart for it, which is the music, and I said we need to redo a tune and have a female because that's what was missing in salsa at the, last year and the year before. I think that's what's missing now too.
Right.
The female fronting an orchestra,
Nice.
and I wanted to put that together along with my wife, and we got Melina, and we thought she was a fantastic addition to the Puente
I love
dynasty.
the energy. Like when I played
Thank you.
I played it and I played it again. I played it again. My daughter walked in and she was like, "Ooh, mommy, what's this?" I was like,
yeah?
"Yeah, you like it?" She was like, "Yeah." Like we have little mini concerts, but enough about that.
That's awesome.
So as far as your craft is concerned, how long have you been singing?
Oh,
and
I've been
performing?
singing for a really long time. I started in my teens. I was always, ready to sing. I sang in all kinds of bands. I sang in rock bands. I sang in blues bands. Because I grew up half in Memphis and half in Puerto Rico, Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
My mom moved there for work, and so I had to live half of my life in Memphis, which is great, you know. And growing up, I had my first orchestra, my first salsa orchestra in Memphis, Tennessee. And yeah, that's where I met Tito's dad. And I met Tito.
Mambo in Tennessee.
Yes.
I was
I
like,
know.
I'm trying to
trying to connect
I'm
it.
like connect Tennessee.
A lot of people
okay.
did that. Okay, I
Yeah,
had to
there
be
is an
Memphis.
influence.
I was
Is there an
touring through.
influence
I was
of-
touring through Tennessee,
Okay.
and the whole like Midwest or I don't know what do they call that, the Midwest?
Yeah. No, the South.
The South.
South.
Right.
Well, I was in the South, and
I was
I
in
went
the
to
South,
Tennessee and Memphis,
exactly.
and I met up with Melina Almodovar. It was incredible.
Yeah.
And that's how we. I think I got it.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
it was
God, that's perfect.
Yeah, I know. It
Oh
was
my God,
really,
it's
really
scary.
something to see. Finding the only Puerto Rican probably that was singing so incredible in Memphis, and from there.
Look how the universe works.
Yeah.
What are the
No,
chances?
It's crazy. And then,
wild.
fast forward, I don't know, like 15 years or
15,
something. I moved
yeah.
back here. I moved to Miami because I wanted to be a performer here. And, all the Latin bands and everybody, all the salsa bands come here.
Right.
As well as New York, but a lot of them are based here now.
Right.
And so I wanted to make this my home base. And then Tito and I met up again. And then Rosalie had this idea, who's amazing, Tito's wife. And she, they
Put it
all
all
said,
together.
hey, let's do it with Melina. And I was like all for it. And I think it's an amazing piece of music. It
The
really is.
arrangement's
Yes.
really
Nice.
incredible. My father arranged this piece,
Right.
and it's such an old tune from 1965, and it still sounds
Timeless.
fresh today.
Timeless,
you know.
right.
And I thank, of course, Marlo Rosalo
Yeah.
who did the production on it.
And then your moves too.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah, the video
You
was
didn't
doing
have two
fun.
left feet in that.
I didn't, but you know what? She was dancing more. I think people like the
She was
video more
leading?
because she's in it.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
Look, we have an amazing chemistry. Tito and I are it's so weird. After 2 years that we're performing, we can finish each other's sentences and we kind of know what the other one is gonna do on stage.
Right.
Touring the world, go to the Caribbean a lot.
Nice,
We do a
nice.
lot of stuff in the Caribbean, so I know you have a lot of viewers from the Caribbean.
we do. Yes,
Sa
we do.
Placid Nabuleo, my Haitian people.
What's up?
We're gonna be out in Haiti real real soon, probably doing the Jazz
Wow,
Festival. We'll be
look
out
at
there.
that.
So,
Oh my God, how
but
awesome.
we've been to Tortola, Saint Martin, Martinique, Guadeloupe,
You hear the accents too.
Saint Antoine. We've been to so many different places, Aruba, and we love the Caribbean, and they love mambo music. So
Yes,
it's really incredible.
yes.
So,
So,
yeah, doing it.
as far as music is concerned, being that you're a female artist, have you experienced any differentiation, I guess, as far as your gender role is concerned? Do you feel like, it's pretty leveled? Because I know, women, we kind of go through some things.
Yeah,
I'm an equal opportune employer.
He is.
This woman right here rocks.
Yes.
He's
yes.
amazing.
He's
amazing.
so much
yes.
an equal opportunity
Absolutely.
employer that we were talking about this ugly microphone that he has in his hand, and no one wanted the ugly microphone.
Microphone
And he grabbed-
discrimination.
one.
Yes.
Not fair.
And he said that's microphone discrimination and grabbed
No.
Melina, I wanted to have a female be in the front, and
Nice.
trust me, she's been doing this for so long that I'm sure it doesn't even faze her anymore.
Nice.
And she's just one of the guys now.
And, yeah.
fellas.
No, but for me, I believe that there is. I mean, but you have to, there's gentlemen like
Right,
Tito that
right.
open doors for women.
Love
and
it.
when that happens, you have to just
Take it.
and run with it.
Yes.
That's when Tito says, we're gonna do this, that. And I'm like, okay, when, how, when? I'm right there behind
Love
him.
it, love it,
You
love
can't
it.
you can't be
But
like
she's
you know.
behind me getting to the gig, but she's front and center when we're performing.
Love
and
it.
I tell her, get in there and rock that crowd, and she does a
And,
fantastic
yeah.
job
Thanks for
doing it.
saying.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Thanks for saying, fam. We are back. We're here with Tito Puente Jr. and La Muñeca de la Salsa, Melina Almodovar.
Oh,
Wow,
now you
she
got
rolled
it.
the tongue.
All right, high five.
Rolling the tongue.
Unstoppable.
Yes, so we have up and coming events that I'm sure your fans would love to show you, support.
Yeah.
Where are those?
Well, we are
upcoming
doing
events?
some great things locally in South Florida. If you guys are around January 20th, it's called Art Deco Weekend. We will be performing live, myself and La Muñeca de la Salsa with my Latin Jazz Ensemble on South Beach. Starts at 6 o'clock. Come on out. Art Deco Weekend is just a awesome weekend of just art, food, family, all ages, and of course music. They have
Yes.
bands all day long.
Food and music
There's
combined.
there's going to be about 11, 12 bands on Sunday, but we're going to start about 6 o'clock. Come on out and see Melina and myself. Go back
really
to where we
excited.
started.
Yeah.
Where we
South
started.
Beach.
Oh,
South
that's where
Beach,
you guys started
South Florida.
originally?
Well, that's
Ah,
where I
South Florida.
originally met her
Right,
on
right,
South
right.
Beach. So
Before the full
and
circle.
then Tennessee, Tennessee, and then I saw you after
But
that.
then I used to
Yeah.
work, I don't know if I can say it, but I used to work at a little
Local
known
place.
local place called Mango's Tropical
Yeah.
Cafe.
Yeah.
And I was there and I met Tito there. I saw him again after a long
Mm-hmm.
time. And then we got booked together to do another show. And then
now we're going back and we're going to celebrate
So,
right in front of
yeah.
Mango's and celebrate it. So come on out.
Nice.
Art
Nice
Deco
to
Weekend,
perform there.
January 20th. And then Melina, we're doing this fantastic concert. And you're, of course, promoting this whole thing on April 6th. Tell them about that.
oh, yay!
Yeah.
it's that time again for the Hollywood Salsa Fest, everybody. That's an event that I produce with my friend Cristina Moinelo. We've been doing it for 6 years. This is the 6th year. And we are
Wow.
so mega excited.
That sounds
Last
like
year
fun.
we had almost 8,000 people.
Big
It's at the
things.
Young Circle in Hollywood, downtown Hollywood in the Circle.
Florida.
And Tito wasn't able to be there last year because he was in Italy. And,
Yes.
But this year he's
Eating
going
pizza.
to be there.
Yes.
This
I'm gonna
year
be
he's
there.
gonna be
Yes, yes.
And we're gonna play Mi Socio, and we're gonna do, we're hopefully gonna have a new
Some
single,
new single out too. Yep.
And
We're
so,
excited about that.
so hopefully by then we'll have everything ready to perform it for everybody.
New
Let's talk about the
recordings,
new single
tour,
and the
all
new
that.
recordings. Yeah. Can you guys talk about it, or you guys are waiting?
We're probably going to redo. I'm looking at getting more arrangements from the La Lupe catalog.
Okay.
And because she sings the song so good, and she has this power to her voice that really accents and really it emphasizes how La Lupe was and her singing abilities. But Melina's just incredible. So we're looking at some tunes right now, and we're going to
looking at
shuffle
it.
that.
We're deciding, I think,
Yeah.
right?
And we're also
Kinda.
doing. I'm doing some great symphony dates coming up too. So Melina will be
Oh.
joining me on those as well. So
I didn't know.
we're doing some symphony stuff, and we just got some really cool
Good.
tour dates. But follow us. Make sure you guys follow us and look us up on the web and
So
all
let me
that.
ask you
Yeah.
guys something, because it sounds like you guys are more than passionate about your craft.
Mm-hmm.
Before doing this, did you guys ever think about doing another? I know you said another genre. You guys did rock before, but another career, or was it always this? Did you
Mine's
always
creepy.
know that?
What did you-
I actually wanted to do like what you do. I wanted to be
really?
a host for a very short minute. I
can see
wanted
you
to
doing
be.
it, though.
I wanted to be like what you're doing, and maybe like the newscasters.
Anchor.
You know,
Ah,
an anchor.
anchor.
I thought about
I
that
wanted to
for
be
like.
anchor for a minute.
Yeah?
And then I interned, and I was like, oh, this is not me.
wasn't
They're too
good.
stiff. Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Mine's a little more morbid. I was actually fascinated with the forensic world.
that's
So
cool.
I wanted
Wow.
to be a mortician.
No way.
Yeah.
Tito.
So I studied that for about a year and a
weird.
half. I think I told you this in a car late night, and you were like
No.
freaked out by
Whoa.
it. Yeah, I
Did you
started
tell
doing
me
that.
this?
This was in high school, and then college. I took some forensic classes, so I was just fascinated. But then
Wow.
my father told me, he's like, "Why don't you do something a little bit different? Why don't you learn how to make people feel alive?
Yes.
Then do that."
real.
And I said, "You know what? Fine." And
Yes.
That's it. So
So
I
did
went
you
to-
get far in forensics?
I did about 2 semesters of it, and it was just
Wow.
fascinating going to
Wow, I had no
going to
idea.
a local morgue and stuff
That
like
just
that.
kind
But
of went over my head. I never heard that from Tito.
Yeah, this was something that the heavy metal did to me.
Ah,
my God.
But I was
that
very,
makes
I was very
sense now.
fascinated by it. But I'm so glad
that
I'm
makes
playing,
sense.
I'm doing mambo music to keep people alive and make them feel good. And actually, mambo's
And
very good
Tito's
for cardio.
amazing.
It
Tito's
is great
amazing.
for cardio.
Tito's amazing. I don't know if you've ever seen a show of Tito's. Like,
Yes, we have.
Oh, okay. He's amazing.
Yeah,
He's so
he's
amazing.
He's
so
like family now. Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's
and,
wild.
it's so funny. When I first started performing with him, I was just like, "Let's go!" Like when I saw him, I was like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
that
feels like a rock
energy.
concert.
Yeah.
It feels like a rock concert.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah. Because
I think it's more than rock, though. Well,
Yeah.
I shouldn't say it's
entertaining.
More than rock. It's different.
It's entertaining.
It is very,
It's
very
Vegas, are you hearing us? Where are you, Las Vegas? We need a Vegas show here.
Yes. So, as far as support and booking you, where can we contact you for more information?
Well,
the info.
Melina, of course, tours a lot in the southern states and all around the world, really, and myself too. So just follow us. You guys can follow me, Tito Puente Jr. at Tito Puente Jr. on Twitter, Facebook, of course, / Tito Puente Jr. And you can find me all the great videos that we in our recent one, Mi Socio, on YouTube. I have a subscriber channel, Tito Puente, and then follow me on Instagram as well. I do some funny stuff on Instagram. So I know everybody's on the Instagram thing, so you can follow me in all those places at Tito Puente Jr. And you guys can follow me in my adventures with Melina around the world, bringing mambo to the masses.
Oh my God! Like he never says that. And myself is Melina La Muñeca on Instagram and Melina Almodovar on Facebook. Also at Melina Salsa. You can find me at Melina Salsa.
Let's spell that.
Melina Salsa.
Salsa, right?
Melina Salsa, just
Right,
like
right.
Melina Melina Salsa.
She's getting into the Instagram thing with me, so
Oh, yeah.
anything she posts, I post right after her. So
Yeah.
it's like we have the same account
I wasn't
practically.
into the stories until
Me
Tito taught me
either.
how to do the stories.
Oh,
now-
okay.
So now I'm all about the stories.
Yeah, so now we're doing the funny stuff. But follow us both, and we'll see you guys in concert. We're really excited to
the
be a part of your
20th.
show. Cinco sur cinco.
Cinco
Cinco
su
su
cinco.
Cinco su cinco.
We'll be back, Cinco su cinco.
to sink. Music is life, yeah, yeah.
Move it, move it. Voice to the man, just on reaching out to the world. Take banana.
Thanks to Sake family, we've reached the final segment of our show, and we had the pleasure of speaking to Tito Puente Jr., as well as La Muñeca de la Salsa, Melina Almodovar. Thank you so much for spending time with us, you guys. It's been a pleasure. I love the burst of energy, and you cannot go wrong with great music.
I know, right? Especially
Thank you so
Tito
much.
Puente music. It's so awesome. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us right here on Cinco Sur Cinco.
Yes.
5 Sur 5.
5 Sur 5, you guys. On January 27th, we're celebrating our 8th year anniversary. Please feel free to join us here at Karua, Fort Lauderdale. You guys, it's free to enter. But you got to pay for the drinks. And it's also, you can mingle, have a good time. You guys, also, if you want more information about Sinks to Sync TV, feel free to log on to www.sinks2sync.tv.com. We're also on Instagram at Sinks to Sync TV. You can find more information about Karua Fort Lauderdale, which has been in the building, allowing us to be here for 8 years plus. You can find their location at Karua Multiplex, you guys. It's been a pleasure having you guys today on the show.
Yeah.
you. Gracias.
Sinks to Sync family, till next time, we love you. Good vibes only.
Sapa se nabule.